Hey everyone, welcome back to another anime recap video. Today's video is about how a kind-hearted boy who wants to become a priest learns that he is the chosen demon king meant to destroy all. How will this pan out? Will he be able to prove his innocence even though he is destined to be the destroyer? The show begins revealing our central protagonist, Akuto Sai, who finds himself cast in the role of an orphan. His origins harken back to being forsaken near a venerable church. The predominant portion of his existence has been whiled away in solitude, yet persistent dream has been his unwavering companion. Today signifies a momentous stride towards the realization of that dream. Akuto is currently on his way to enrolling as a scholar at the esteemed Constant Magic Academy. In the course of his train voyage to the institution, his path intersects with that of Junko Hattori. In an unforeseen connection, they establish a shared commitment. This solemn pact binds them to a collective mission, harnessing their magical abilities to nurture a more splendid world, a vow held as sacrosanct. The Academy receives Akuto with an undertone of enthusiasm as he embarks on this odyssey, carrying within him the ultimate aspiration of maturing into an accomplished healer someday. The narrative takes an unanticipated turn when a senior faculty member at the Academy imparts a staggering revelation. Akuto is destined to rise as a malevolent demon monarch. This revelation immediately segregates Akuto, rendering him an outcast among his contemporaries who now harbor trepidation towards him. Amidst his initial classroom session, Akuto becomes the target of fellow scholars who deem him undeserving of his position. Amid these occurrences, a youthful lad named Hiroshi Miwa, of unassuming stature, develops an admiration for Akuto. Intriguingly, following these events, Akuto's mere presence invokes even more pronounced dread among the student body. In misjudgment, Akuto volunteers for custodial duties, unaware that this is a facade veiling the school's enigmatic machinations, transmuting its operatives into assassins. This revelation alarms students who suspect Akuto's descent into malevolence. Among these students is Junko, who believes it's time to confront Akuto, though her endeavor doesn't unfold as intended. Akuto loses reins over his magical aptitude, inadvertently precipitating a monumental arcane eruption that lays waste to the entire classroom. Akuto endeavors to extend an apology to Junko, contemplating a luncheon as an act of restitution. However, her response is far from anticipated. Junko succumbs to a frenzy, harboring intentions of extinguishing Akuto's life. A pursuit through the woods ensues, leading them to an encounter with the stranger Kina Soga. In an unforeseen twist, Kina steps forth to shield Akuto, their paths intersecting for the very first time. Once again, Akuto's powers surge beyond restraint, culminating in another magical detonation. Emerging from the aftermath, a mysterious figure named Kuron makes an appearance, offering salutations to Akuto. Kuron ushers Akuto into a rendezvous with the Academy's principal. The revelation unfurls. Kuron has been designated as Akuto's guardian, entrusted with ensuring his safety, while covertly surveilling his comportment to gauge his proximity to the prophesied malevolent demon lord. The ensuing day introduces Akuto to Fujiko Edo, who pledges her aid regardless of his foreboding destiny. Later she tells Akuto to meet her in a distant part of the mountain, where they can talk in private. Akuto and Kuron make their way to the mountain when they are attacked by mutated demon dogs. Akuto uses his powers and absorbs the mana from the demon dog. This turns the demon dog to a cute puppy. The puppy manages to sniff out and detect Kina Soga, who has been using an invisibility spell to hide. Akuto manages to deactivate Kuron as instructed by Fujiko, and he makes his way to the meeting place. There, Fujiko invites him to join the school's special committee as a way of clearing his name. She also gives him a special magic gun that, if shot at someone, makes the two people connect and feel each other's true emotions. This is a way of handling Junko if she attacks him once again. As Akuto makes his way back to the school grounds, he is attacked by Kina, who tackles him. At that moment, Kuron activates once more and detects Kina. Kuron wants to inspect what happened, and did Akuto turn evil and attack Kina. Akuto and Kina agree to become friends, and they tell Kuron that nothing happened. Elsewhere, we see that Fujiko is in contact with Junko and is spreading lies that Akuto attacked her. Fujiko goes into a secret dungeon inside her room, and there she talks to her brother's severed head about their plans for Akuto. Hiroshi and Akuto go to relax at the bathhouse late at night, where Hiroshi tells Akuto that there is a school underground scene, which is where Junko became so popular. He would participate in organized underground fights. Fujiko sets up a meeting with Junko and Akuto the following day. Akuto also meets with all the members of the student council so that they can approve his application for committee representative. In an attempt to disable Kuron and gain the freedom to rendezvous with Junko, Akuto endeavors to grasp her tail. However, this approach proves futile. Enter Kina, who arrives on the scene and strategically drops her rice cooker onto Akuto, serving as a diversion. Eventually, Akito crosses paths with Junko, only to unveil that the entire encounter had been orchestrated as a trap by various combatants operating in the clandestine underworld. Akito successfully triumphs over each adversary, setting the stage for a confrontation with Junko. Amidst a multitude of onlookers, Junko confronts Akito, portraying his actions as evidence of his descent into malevolence. This spectacle triggers a pursuit around the school premises as students follow Akito's every move. Dodging his pursuers for a while, Akito's salvation arrives in the form of Kina, intervening to shield him. Junko is summoned to account for her actions, conceding the possibility of her misjudgment. She seeks to make amends for orchestrating the attack on Akito. Meanwhile, the students who had aligned with Junko begin to turn against her for siding with Akito. In a timely intervention, Kuron steps in and diffuses the escalating tension by releasing a shower of medicated rice upon the crowd. With Kina's earnest efforts, Akito and Junko tentatively agree to attempt a more civil interaction. However, their newfound understanding is tested when, during a class, Akito accidentally incapacitates Junko. This incident prompts Mitsuko's suggestion that Akito undergo a specialized regimen within a designated chamber to cultivate discipline. This chamber is feared by everyone at the academy, as it is rumored that several people have died while being inside of it. Akito is getting more sad and depressed because of the whole situation at the academy. He just wants to be left alone, but somehow he gets dragged into an adventure with Kuron and Kina. The three of them find a strange, mysterious map, and Kina theorizes that it may just lead them to giant treasures. Fujiko immediately recognizes what the map is, but she doesn't share it with the rest of the group. Kina makes several hundred copies of the map and shares them around the school. A lot of the students at the academy become fascinated by the map and go out trying to find the treasure, but more and more of those return with injuries. Akito, acting as a member of the disciplinary committee, tries to make the students give up on the treasure chase so that no one else gets hurt. A girl called Eiko shows up who insists on Akito finding the treasure himself. Kuron, Hiroshi, Eiko, and Akito make their way to the underground labyrinth that is located beneath the academy, where they manage to find the exact spot that was on the map. Suddenly, a mysterious being in a cloak shows up and attacks the group with a swarm of bats. The group manages to defeat the bats and the cloaked figure. Akito then finds a recording device buried under a tombstone which guides the group to an empty research facility. When they reach the facility, they wonder what it really is. Their exploration is cut short when an armored statue attacks them. They manage to break it, and inside of the statue, Eiko finds a special screen that has specific directions to a shrine behind a cavern. They find the cavern and a hot spring as well. Kina, Fujiko, and Junko venture into the labyrinth as well. Amid their exploration, Eiko and Junko stumble and accidentally descend into a bubbling hot spring. Abruptly, a colossal wolf materializes and assaults the group. Yet just in the nick of time, Kina and Fujiko emerge, rescuing the embattled assembly. Fujiko takes possession of the key and invokes the shrine's enchantment, transporting the group to the very heart of the student council's headquarters. Unveiled is the revelation that the council members were the true assailants targeting the treasure hunters. Astonishingly, the student council's base is revealed to be the lair of the Demon King. Utilizing relics from her brother, Fujiko awakens an ancient draconic entity named Peter Hossam. The dragon allows Fujiko to witness the events leading to her brother's demise, leading her to collapse under the weight of sorrow. In a bold move, Akito intervenes and clashes with Peter Hossam. Harnessing his formidable might, Akito achieves mastery over the ancient creature. With the dust settling, the student council president expresses her gratitude with a kiss for Akito, the one who unraveled the secret of the dragon treasure. However, Akito now finds himself under constant surveillance by the government, a situation that plunges him into desolation and isolation. Furthermore, he's forbidden from attending the school on the secluded island. Observing his distress, Kuron devises a solution. She proposes to Akito that he may attend the beachside school, but with the condition of exercising caution and taking responsibility for his choices. Kuron then attempts to allure Akito, yet he adeptly sidesteps her advances. Later, Akito arrives at the beach, yearning to savor a tranquil exploration and relaxation. Regrettably, Kina and Kuron persistently interrupt his reverie with their playful antics. Hiroshi appears and tells Akito that the Demon King legend has a specific story that comes from this island. The legend states that when the dragon and Demon King join forces, a chosen hero will arrive. This legendary hero will defeat the Demon King and save everyone, but Akito doesn't believe this legend. Fujiko is confronted by a woman called Lily Shirashi, who works for the government. She informs her that the government has a very specific plan for Akito. A flashback shows that sometime in the past, Hiroshi has learned that he was destined to become a great hero that will save humanity. In the present, we see Kuron is disappointed because she failed to seduce and manipulate Akito. Hiroshi's younger sister, called Yukiko, meets Akito to find out if he is truly the Demon King. Both Akito and Hiroshi don't believe in their destinies, and that disappoints Yukiko so much she runs off in tears. Hiroshi and Akito talk, and Hiroshi reveals that he has found out that beneath a giant lake, there is a special shrine inside a cave. If you manage to find your way inside that cave, inside you will find a powerful sword and stone. Meanwhile, a mysterious man called Mr. X uses dark magic and awakens a legendary beast from the lake. This beast has the power to consume mana from various magic users. Mr. X later captures Yukiko and fights both Kina and Hiroshi. Mr. X beats up Hiroshi and throws him inside the lake. On the other hand, Kina is captured. Akito and Junko join forces and are able to free Kina and also save Yukiko. Mr. X then directs the lake beast to go and attack the nearby village that is located on the island. He then uses special anti-magic attacks that drain Akito of his abilities. Akito tries to figure out the source of Mr. X's powers, and in the meantime Junko, Kina, and Yuriko all attack Mr. X. Koron also joins the battle and stops several of Mr. X's attacks. Hiroshi swims through the lake and finds the cave where he enters to locate the shrine. He then pulls out the sword from the stone, which gives him heroic powers that the legends foretold. This magical sword names Hiroshi, and with special plasma attacks they attack and destroy the lake beast. Koron and Akito talk, and she admits that her goal was to seduce Akito so that he develops intimate human relationships. Akito and Kina hang out, and he starts to notice that she wears a very familiar hairpiece. Akito thinks that he might have been the one that gave Kina that exact hairpiece back at the orphanage. Meanwhile, Fujiko is so determined that she also gains control of a powerful beast. She goes out and kills a slug beast and finds a demon beast egg. Kina starts to skip her classes more often, which worries Akito. Several times Akito tries to convince Kina to attend more classes, as skipping out of school will hurt her grades. Akito doesn't realize that his former adversary Junko has also fallen in love with him. Kina goes out and she finds Fujiko sleeping. She then steals her demon egg. Sometime later, the egg hatches and out of it comes a chicken beast with 2 heads. Akito sees the beast and tries to kill it. The chicken beast is fast and manages to avoid all his attacks. Hiroshi then gets involved, and with his powers he defeats the beast before it can destroy the city or the school. Koron and Junko talk, and Koron tries to make her feel better about her feelings towards Akito. Koron gave Junko advice to organize an omiye. This is a special custom where 2 potential partners meet about a marriage proposal. The process begins without Akito even knowing about it, and Junko is nervous to tell him. She invites Akito to her village by making up an excuse. Akito has no clue what he's walking into, definitely not expecting to walk into a marriage interview. Akito feels bad for everything he has done to Junko, so he decides to help her with whatever she asks. When they arrive at the village, Junko's younger sister Yuko comes to greet them. Yuko is a pop star idol who was attacked by a demon beast in the past, which in turn left her neck scarred. They get set up in the village, and that night, Junko prepares to tell Akito why she invited him to her village. Junko gets upset, which makes several of the villagers think that Akito hurt her, so they chase after him. Akito runs away, but is then found by Eiko. She informs Akito that the gods have decided that Kina is a threat and must be eliminated. Elsewhere at school, Kina is saved from an assassination attempt by Bokaru Yamato, who is the leader of the Cabinet Intelligence Magic Office. He doesn't really care about Kina, and he just wants to use her to defeat and control the gods. Akito then creates a magic portal and transports himself to the school where he finds Yamato, but very soon he realizes that he is no match for him. Soon after, Fujiko has created a horde of demon beasts, and now she's arrived at the academy to destroy it. The school is now under attack, and Akito has been wounded in battle with Yamato, and he can't seem to be able to heal. Yamato's assistant, called 2V, goes to Eiko to start preparing the Triuwa and Haftora clan for their battle against the Demon King. Junko and Yuko fight against the demon beasts. Fujiko shows up and manages to save Kina and Akito from Yamato and his attacks. They climb on her 3-headed dog beast, and together they make their way to the student council headquarters. Akito then summons Peter Hassan the dragon to stop the government. Junko and Yuko try to find the device that awakened the dragon beast. Meanwhile, Akito and Hiroshi face off against each other in battle. Suddenly, from the air comes a giant ship that attacks Akito. Lily arrives outside the academy grounds and prepares to fight off any attackers that want to kill the demon beasts. Yamato orchestrates yet another abduction of Kina. In a bid for self-defense, Eiko employs Juniko as her shield, commanding her to subsequently assail Lily. Engulfed in the midst of battle, Lily valiantly confronts the onslaught of enemy forces, resolutely striving to overcome Eiko's dominance. In a strategic maneuver, 2V crafts specialized puppets to engage in combat against clan members, temporarily compelling Lily to align with his cause. With the defeat of the clan members, Lily directs her ultimate attack at 2V, yet he narrowly evades unscathed, while Akuto manages to endure the vessel's onslaught. Junko resolves to stand by the side of the Demon King, professing her love for him. Armed with her ancestral sword, handed down by her grandmother, she readies herself for the imminent confrontation. In the skies above, Hiroshi and Akuto clash fiercely in a battle of supremacy. Their strengths nearly equal. Akuto eventually emerges as the victor. Carrying a subdued Hiroshi to a nearby forest, Akuto entrusts Junko with his care. Meanwhile, Yamato transports Kina to his sacred shrine, endeavoring to form a pact with a mythical entity known as the Principle of Identity. Akuto intervenes in the nick of time, thwarting the process and initiating a duel against Yamato, a conflict watched over by the gods themselves. Though Yamato proves formidable, Akuto ultimately prevails, bringing an end to his ambitions. Taking Kina under his protection, Akuto departs the scene. It's disclosed that the Demon King's creation was orchestrated by the gods to cement a covenant with the Principle of Identity, aiming to obliterate all life on Earth. Akuto refuses to acquiesce to his preordained fate, vowing to defy the gods and promising their demise. In response, the deities activate their formidable defenses. Summoning his courage, Akuto engages the gods in battle, utilizing his full might to thwart their nefarious plot. In a surprising turn, Peter Haas and Dragon bestow Kina with a special dragon tooth as a parting gift, sensing their own impending demise. Akuto and Kina reunite with all their friends. The school is saved and everyone begins a new semester at the academy. Everyone who was involved in the battle with the Demon King and the gods has lost their memory of the events except Akuto, who is immune because he is the Demon King. Akuto is happy that he can finally have peace at school, but unfortunately that doesn't last long as it is once more revealed that he will become the Demon King in the future. The same events from the start happen again with Junko and every other student reacting the same way towards Akuto. It is sad that he will once again have to repair his reputation and make friends. That's all for now. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like and comment down below for more recap videos.